Hey, it's Mike Cooch. I've got a real important lesson for you here, something that I learned kind of the hard way initially, and I'm hoping that I can prevent some other people from having to learn it the hard way too. And I have a good friend who's learning it the hard way right now, and that's why this topic is very fresh in my mind. I have a good friend who this morning, I was driving by her business, and there she is with her husband loading stuff from her business into her car, getting ready to close the doors and drive off. Now, what is surprising about this and where this lesson comes from today is that the business is not a failure. The business is actually a pretty wild success. She's been killing it. She's a total hustler. She's been on fire for the last 2 years that she's had this business. It's got a really nice name for itself here in the market, and she shut it down. And so, of course, the question is, well, why would she shut it down? The answer is that she hates it. She hates it. It's a business that, because of its success and because of the natural dynamics of the business that she's in, it has consumed her life. It has consumed her schedule, consumed her life. I mean, she's worked so hard at this business that I've been shocked at times. And that's a painful lesson that I've seen way too many entrepreneurs learn after the fact, is that they've started a business that has made them miserable. And for so many of us entrepreneurs, the point of being in business and starting a business and being an entrepreneur is freedom and the ability to call our own shots, make our own schedule. And certain businesses have dynamics that are just counter to that. And if you're not thoughtful about the dynamics of the business model that you're getting into, if you don't have a set of criteria to help you evaluate, is this a good business for me? It may be a great business. The insurance industry, phenomenal business, okay? Warren Buffett will tell you, phenomenal business. I will tell you that if you put me in the insurance business, I'm gonna have a serious crisis because it is counter to everything that's interesting to me and satisfying to me to try and run a business like that. So, if you're looking to be able to travel a lot when your business is successful, don't start a restaurant. Don't start a retail business. I mean, unless you have real success with that type of business, you probably are going to be very married to the location, the retail location of that business. So I suggest that, one, you have a criteria for the types of businesses that you'll be happy with, and that you'll be happy with even if the business isn't outrageously successful. Okay, so if it's just a good, solid business, it's not a runaway success. It's not something where you're going to be able to hire, tons of people to work for you because you have so much cash, being spit out of it that you can have somebody else run it, and you don't even have to think about it. It's not one of those businesses. It's just a good, solid business that's going to require your attention as an entrepreneur and an owner. Will you be happy with that business? So have a criteria, have a set of criteria that helps you evaluate that so that you know going into it. And if you're already in a business and you may have some inclination that, hey, this might not be the thing for me, highly, highly suggest that you do a couple of things. One, you start systematizing your business as much as humanly possible, because what you're eventually probably going to want to do is to exit that business, and you don't want to have to shut it down like my friend just did. Okay, my friend just shut down her business because she realized she didn't have anything that was going to be immediately sellable. Yes, it was on fire, had a good brand, but she brought in some potential buyers and talked to them and realized that anybody that was going to pay her any decent amount of money for this business was going to want her to either stick around and run it for a period of time, or that she was going to have to spend the next year or more really systematizing the business. That's not the end of the world, but is the end of the world for her right now. She realized that what she wants out of business is that flexibility, is that freedom. And she's got other ideas. She's super smart. Like I said, she's a hustler. So she said, forget it. I'm making the decision to shut this thing down right now so that I can get on to that next thing. And I really admire that. I mean, that's a courageous decision. It's a bold decision. And a lot of people would not be able to make that decision. And what would happen is they would end up getting stuck. So if you're in that position or you feel like that's a possibility, start systematizing your business right away so that when it comes time for you to leave, you can extract as much value from it as possible by hopefully being able to sell that business to somebody else who looks at the business and thinks it's a perfect fit for them. And they like what you've built and they like that you have a system that they can invest in to operate that business. So if you're just getting started, establish a set of criteria and use that criteria to be able to evaluate the business. If you want to be able to travel, if you want to be able to have real flexibility in your calendar and real flexibility as to who you work with, start an online business, start an e-commerce business, start a publishing business, or even start an online services business, but one that the services, maybe can be outsourced to somebody easily, or can be really systematized, automated, things like that, so that you don't have to be intimately involved with every client, right? But establish that criteria and make sure you're clear on it. If you're in a business and you're sitting there watching this video going, uh-oh, that might be me shutting down my business in the next 12 months, really, really dig in and start trying to make your business one of systems and processes that somebody else could acquire and have the confidence to run, because that's how you'll get value out of that business rather than just shutting it down, okay? I hope that this serves somebody out there. I hope that this helps you. I hate to see somebody else going through the same situation, but it's actually much more common than you think. So be very careful and thoughtful about, is it a good business or is it a good business for me? All right, take care.